The Arctic fox, perhaps the most beautiful fox in the natural world, and also the closest real-life counterpart to the legendary nine-tailed fox. But life in the Arctic is incredibly harsh, and food is so scarce that even the carcass of its own kind becomes a delicacy that's hard to pass up. This starving Arctic fox immediately dives in to enjoy a hearty meal. However, it has to eat quickly, because this feast won't remain undisturbed for long. The Arctic fox's sense of smell is extremely keen. They can detect the scent of blood from hundreds of meters away. Before long, more and more Arctic foxes begin to arrive. They all want to grab a few bites from this rare meal. At this moment, no one is willing to back down, because just a few mouthfuls of meat could be the key to their survival. But the noisy squabbling only attracts more uninvited guests. Soon after, a red fox appears in the distance. It's larger and much more aggressive than the Arctic foxes. The red fox's arrival sends the pack of Arctic foxes into a panic, scattering them in all directions. They know all too well how formidable this intruder is. The stronger predator charges straight in and seizes the rest of the carcass. It even drags the body far away, leaving the Arctic foxes with no chance at all. With their food ruthlessly stolen, the poor Arctic foxes can only continue to endure their hunger. Fortunately, as winter descends and the sea freezes over again, the Arctic fox finally has the opportunity to travel farther in search of food. For a creature with the extraordinary endurance of an Arctic fox, the sub-zero temperatures, dropping tens of degrees, are of little concern. Their fur is one of the best insulating coats in the mammalian world, helping them survive blizzards that last for days on end. But still, it must eat. There's nothing more miserable than a gnawing, empty stomach. Surrounding it is a vast, white wilderness where food is exceptionally scarce. It's hard to imagine that during times of famine, a polar bear and an Arctic fox could be in such close proximity. Even so, it must always maintain a safe distance from the polar bear, as this giant is anything but gentle. Seeing the polar bear eating seaweed from under the snow to stave off hunger, the Arctic fox suddenly realizes it might also find something to fill its stomach. Moving away from the giant, it heads to a more distant shore to look for seaweed. Although it's a carnivore, it really has no other choice. The seaweed will perhaps provide it with a bit of temporary energy to continue its journey. Realizing it can't just wait to die, the Arctic fox sets off once more. Journeys spanning thousands of kilometers are a regular occurrence for it. A single Arctic fox might even travel continuously for over 3,000 kilometers in search of prey, journeying from Norway all the way to Canada, completely undeterred by blizzards. Before long, it reaches a place where the wind is relatively calm. Perhaps here, it will find its luck. Beneath that seemingly quiet layer of snow lies its favorite food. About 1 meter deep under the snow is a complex tunnel system belonging to lemmings. They live safely beneath the snow, with an abundant supply of moss to sustain them through the winter. This is where the Arctic fox's superior sense of smell comes into play. Even a tiny lemming could be its salvation right now. A lemming's burrow has tunnels stretching up to 15 meters long, allowing them to quickly escape to another safe passage when danger strikes. Therefore, to pinpoint the prey's exact location, relying on its sense of smell alone isn't enough. The Arctic fox's sharp ears must also join the hunt. And it has another special skill: a headfirst dive straight down into the thick snow. But this leap isn't always successful. It requires patience, determination, and a stubborn resilience in the face of failure. Although this area looks vast, the lemming population density is less than 10 individuals per square kilometer. To feast on a plump lemming, it must try again and again, relentlessly. Fortunately, after dozens of attempts, it finally snags its prize. Its resilient nature and unique hunting skills help the Arctic fox find prey that other animals can hardly catch. But it is their tenacious character and enduring will that we should truly learn from. Thanks for watching. If you love stories about the natural world, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next videos.